So here I am, decided to stream, and then would you look at that, they fucking made the chat kinda worse again. I mean, look at this, when you focus the input box, it doesn't even now blink with a line. That was so cool, and they just removed it. And they added an extra like background to make the chat look even more bloated. It annoys me to an incredible extent. But I'll fix that off stream. That's not the point of today's stream. The point of today's stream is drunk stream. Let's go. It's a single beer, so I doubt I'm gonna get like significantly drunk, and if so, I'm gonna be surprised, pleasantly so. I'm not drinking because of a bad occasion. Well, I guess it is kinda a bad occasion. Let me explain. I have this project called Actusi on my GitHub. I went ahead and full force, fucking all jokes, named it Actusi. I love the name, I think it's hilarious, but there's an issue. I'm actually quite proud of the project. I think it's really good, really useful, and I've put a lot of effort into it. And I would like to be able to talk about it on job interviews and stuff. And I can't exactly just bring up, ah yes, I met this app called Actusi on a job interview. Now, if they're like a normal person, they probably don't even know what that means. But what if they do? Then, first of all, if they do understand what that means, I probably want to work at that company more. And also I'm like making myself a bad image. Fucking unprofessional project names. Damn, it's pretty good. So yeah, we're going to go through the process of renaming a project, a Rust project, completely, and the things that you need to like take note of if you ever want to do the same thing. But yeah, not gonna lie, I absolutely despise how chat looks. The fact that there's a bigger margin on the bottom than on the top. This is actually useful. I actually removed this button previously without realizing this is actually somewhat useful. So I'll keep that, but I'll somehow make the chat look better. At least the other. Let's go here. Yeah, thankfully we can still make it as small as possible, so that minimum size thing is not an issue, like it would be otherwise. But off stream I'll fuck with the margins and all that stuff. Alright, so let's... Right, I started memorizing every single country flag. Out of context, just having Bulgaria flag googled is kind of funny. Okay, so first of all, before we actually start, let's change a certain hotkey. Let's go to my X remap that contains a hotkey meta plus R that lets me create a new terminal. The issue with this is that, imagine, this is your keyboard. This is where your right meta key is, and this is kind of where the letter R is. So anytime I need to create the terminal, I need to position my hands very intentionally, rather than being something more quick, easy, and kind of flow state type of thing. Now you could say, oh, you could just... No, I hate that much more. So what I want to do is move that hotkey to another one. I hope it's not taken, I don't exactly remember. Okay, here it is. So let's mark this with a mark, I guess. Yeah, they are called marks in Vim. And search for caps lock / I think the key of slash is called slash, but just to be sure, let's actually go and check. Oops, no, not this. I have a list of keys here for this exact purpose, so I can see how I can name stuff. And we're looking for after M. Yeah, it is indeed slash. Okay, so it's not taken. Let's do this. And actually what we could do is comma. Yeah, comma and this, so we don't go to the next word. The way that this works is that it selects this, copies it, and then searches for register. Basically it does this, like this, and then boom, and then it does \E, I think it's /E, and that ends up U on the end of the word. And that's how we can stay in the same place. We do caps, lock, press dot, boom, easy. And this is now slash as well as this. We do X restart, hope that doesn't somehow affect my stream. Sometimes when you restart X remap, it makes your mouse move more quickly, like have more sensitivity. Okay, so now, boom, boom, and wait, got myself confused. This. I also have a hotkey to bring up a floating terminal. I don't remember the last time I needed it, but what if I ever do, you know? So I might as well have it. Let's make a commit. X remap, whoops. Wait, I feel like, yeah, that is a thing. No. Oh. Ah, that's another issue. Let's go handle it actually. So in remaps, I recently make ZM be what picks a register to execute. I can't use the register M with it, which is really funny. But the capital M should be untaken. And it doesn't sound too bad to use as a repeat last register thing. Ideally, it's something that you can spam, to be fair. I feel like if I need to spam it, then it's a skill issue and I should just apply a number or over a visual thingy. If that's going to be way too much of an issue, I'm going to fix that later. So, oops, GM, ZMMM, boom. Here we go. We can now use the M register. X remap, terminal hotkeys to caps slash, boom. And we also commit this. New of M. ZMM is now Z capital M, boom. Okay. And now we can actually go here, more easily create a terminal, go to Octocy, and open it in VS Code. So there are a few places that you have to consider. First of all, once you have published the project on crates.io, it will stay there. It's not like, oh, you named project and it's like Alright then, and just renames. No, it will stay there. You will just create a new project, and the name that I decided to use, and I hope isn't going to be stolen in the progress of this stream, that would be really annoying. Hold up, cargo search is octogit, and we search for it, it doesn't exist, which is great. So make sure to do that. Like overall, when you want to make a new Rust project and you do intend to publish it to Crates.io, do a cargo search to make sure that your name isn't taken. So where do we start? First of all, the name. Then we have these two that points to our remote repo, which we'll also have to rename. What else? Basically any time it is specified in code. So let's say we go to args in a billion years. Wow, 2 billion years, that's crazy. And somewhere here in the docs, you'll probably say, oh, this program, which is called this, is that. Stuff in your README as well. But what we are going to be able to do is pretty much just replace every octuc to octogit. And that should do the trick. So, what I want to do first is go to this terminal and gh repo edit, and let's look at the help. Can we rename it? We can change the description. I have a feeling that it's a separate command. So gh repo rename. That is indeed the thing. Okay, let's look at this. This renames the current repository, otherwise it remains the specified repository. And you just specify the new name. There, you don't have to specify the path to it either via link or owner/repo, how you usually do. Just specify the new name. Okay. Let's do gh repo rename octogit -y. So we automatically confirm. Boom. And now actually we close this, interestingly, go up. What do we see here? It is still octuc. It does not work. As in, we can't leave that be, just all willy-nilly. So we will have to move octuc to be octogit. Boom, it's renamed somewhere here. Can't see, oh, now I'm seeing it. Let's go to octogit and reopen it in VS Code. Boom. See? And it doesn't even remember what I had opened because this is now a different folder. But interestingly, you see that octogit actually isn't displaying any changes. That's because we didn't change anything, even though we renamed the actual repo. I find that kind of interesting. Okay, so let's rg octuc and see all the places that contain that. In cargo.toml, a few places. We can already change the home page in repository. In README, Cowgirl lock we are not supposed to change. And args. Okay, so essentially in terms of code, the only place to change would be args. However, I'm not seeing any octusies that start from a capital letter, so let's check. Dash I. I feel like this is more. Once again, we have args. Yeah. So, two main places where we have to change is cargo.toml and args. Let's go do exactly that. Let's go to toml, rename octusi to octagit. Actually, I can do it smarter. Boom, octagit, and then we search for register and whoops, and cgn octagit. Boom. There's probably a more efficient way of doing this, to be fair. And args. We also search for octusi and cgn to octagit. The only place to change now is the readme. This is the only title cased octusi here. Octagit. It is 12:30 and the people at the apartment I live in are fucking making sounds. I thought that, okay, maybe if I like start streaming late, there will be no extra sounds. I guess not. Unfortunately, I'll have to remove this line because now it doesn't make any sense. This program is what I use to display guest status in my shell prompt. Yep. And we search for octusi again. And we basically change all of that to octagit. Boom. Boom. This is a file. We may rename the files, sure. But we would have to do that first. Boom. 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 And I do this a bit differently now. Like all of these are top level headings, and I also have a uninstall. It's actually a trick. I'll let you in on the secret. This uninstall section, it seems counterproductive. Like, why do you want your users to know how to uninstall your application? Well, the secret is, if it feels easy to uninstall, they will be far more likely to actually try it out. So, yeah, unsure how well that actually works, but the idea makes sense to me. Yeah. Okay, let's go look at the files. I'm going to be doing that through the terminal, actually. We have two octusies here. Let's move octusi default ashi to octagit default ashi.png. And we move octusi default nerd to octagit default nerd.png. We'll also look at how the readme renders, because maybe I say Octusi somewhere. And we might have to redo the screenshots, which is kind of annoying, not gonna lie. Okay. Okay, let's go look at how it renders. Octagit, as if nothing happened. Seems that, okay, nice. I didn't specify the name of the program in screenshots. It's actually a kind of a good idea to have done in retrospect. If I was in the browser, I could just hold down, right click here, move down, release, and it would close this tab, which I'm like super used to. Believe it or not, there are rare, but there are situations where I use the mouse, especially when I'm doing something like streaming. Because let me show off a situation. How engaging is this to you? Maybe it's at the very least interesting, to be fair, but it's not as dynamic as content usually should be. That's my opinion. Oh. Boom. Cats. Okay, so renamed everything and everything should be correct. Let's make a commit that says rename to octaget, and I will not reveal from what I renamed, because guess what? I'm not going to update the files in the future, and when you hover over them, like when you see them on GitHub, they will display the commit that they were last updated in, and in that commit currently you will see rename to octaget, and you could have seen rename Octusi to octaget. So that's why I'm not specifying the previous name. Okay, so we renamed the repo on GitHub, the local project, and everything within it. Now it's time to publish. Let's go to cargo.toml, replace this with 3. Wait. Hold up, that's like a massively breaking change though, no? Okay, so the way that I follow Semver is very imprecise. It's like, that feels minor. That feels like a patch. I'm renaming the whole project. That's like super breaking. Right? Yeah, I think so. So I guess 202? Let's go up. Release notes. Rename project to octaget. Now we can Rust release this. Okay, is cargo.toml filled in with proper metadata? It is. I did update the readme. I updated the help. Yeah. Yes. And here it goes. Truthfully, sometimes I wish I could toggle deafness, you know? I could just like opt in. That would be amazing. Because most of the time, I don't actually want to hear sound whatsoever. Now octa-get, we can search for it on crate.io, and here it is. Boom. Better yet, we can gh release view, and it will show us the latest release where the GitHub action worked. So you can cargo binstall, cargo bin chilling. That has to exist, right? Like, somebody has to make cargo bin chilling. I don't know what it's supposed to do, but it has to exist. And now you can octa-get. Boom, congratulations. And congratulations to me also, because now I can talk about this project on job interviews and stuff without being like, do they know what that means? You know? The things left for me to do now is, well, I'm using it in my shell prompt, right? Let's go to prompt, and you will see octa here. Truthfully, I don't have to change it yet. I haven't made any functional changes to the program, so I haven't like recompiled it. There's no changes. So I'm gonna keep using it until I implement a new change to octa-get and make a new version and stuff. And then I'm gonna change it here as well. I have a video on octa actually. And since I don't make that many videos anymore, it's kinda a recent one. I wonder if I just outdated the entire video. Well, maybe not the entire video, but like the instructions, I guess. Truthfully, you can still cargo, like, let's cargo search, for fuck's sake, cargo search octa. It is still out there, it still exists, you can still cargo install octa, truthfully, but the project is going to be maintained under the name of octa-get now. Much sadder and boring name. Boo-hoo, right? Okay. So, another project I actually wanted to show you is called Zat. Do you remember cat or bat? I don't have it installed. I actually don't like it. I've tried it out twice. I don't like it. Probably some other letter plus AT combination. Let's look at what Zat is actually, -H. Have you ever noticed that we have head to display n lines, like n first lines of a file? We have tail to do the opposite, and last lines of a file. We do not have a thing to print a range of lines of a file, which is crazy and insane. So yeah, I made it. Also cargo bin installs that, or cargo install, or cargo quick installs that. It's as simple as this help page implies, and you can also --help to get a bit of a bigger overview. Should I call it torso? Head, torso. You're so right. Wait, hold up. Maybe I have a saving grace for my terrible naming schemes. For fuck's sake, it's not car. Kust. Maybe I should change that abbreviation. Torso. And it's untaken too. I'm not gonna rename 2 projects in a day though. That's a bit much. And also, it would be like, it would be rude, you know? I took up the name, I can't untake the name, and maybe another person who wanted to make a cat-like program wanted a cat-like name, and they're like, how about that? Oh, it's taken. Oh, by this program, which is unmaintained. Why? Oh, because they fucking renamed it 1 day after making it. But torso is a really fucking good name. How is it to type in? Torso... Fuck. Not very, I guess. It's pretty good. That is a bit easier. Well, I guess it doesn't matter exactly, because fish abbreviations, and everyone who is not using fish, I mean skill issue, really. What is this gag now? By the way, have you noticed how terrible chat now looks? Not by my mistake. They fucking updated it, and I have to change the CSS fucking again. QWERTY user. Is it easier to type in on not QWERTY? I guess kinda everything is, except something like using Vim. Using QWERTY is a skill issue as far as I'm concerned. Okay, yeah, fair. True. But this, you know, kinda like super scared to just go away from this in a very convenient place to then God knows where. Is someone gonna tell her about LMAO or LMAP? That is, hold up. LMAP, if I remember correctly, is fucking lang arg, no clue what that means, command and insert mode remapping for Vim. And also, my point is, you can't exactly expect your remap to actually work. Sure, it will work for that situation. Oh, fuck, you forgot to add it in this specific plugin for operator pending mode. Oh, fuck, this doesn't even support remaps because it's like an extra cool thing in somewhere in fucking VS Code. Oh, fuck, fucking Obsidian. Oh, fuck, browser. Oh, fuck this and that and that. And you have to keep in mind to change that default fucking everywhere where you have some, like, semblance of Vim. Fuck you gonna do unless? I don't think it's even configurable. I guess I haven't tried, maybe it is, but like HJKL is so expected that remapping it is the stupidest idea ever. Lang map basically treats key A as key B for anything except insert mode and command mode. That's just confusing at that point. Makes sense, right? Like, it's a Linux program. I would expect it to be configurable. In that case, I super should. If you open a file, unless, sure, fucking this, in some cases, it will not wrap, and it will instead, like, have you scroll horizontally in a very annoying way. And that is escape, and I think brackets. Yeah, exactly. And that's like, wow, they really tried to make it really bad. So I want to change that. If last isn't configurable, you should just use another pager. Yeah, I haven't found one, or I haven't even searched, to be fair, because less isn't, I mean, it gets the job done, but I have a feeling that it's not the best pager ever, you know? At least because of what I just showed off. So yeah, I should probably search for something, but like, come on now. I guess my task list almost fits on one page now, which is good, but there are still a few things that I have to, like, figure out. I guess finding a better less can fit onto that list better than usually. Also, what is this? Hold up. Oh, no, fuck that. I already talked, I guess I didn't go into detail, but I tried bat twice. I did not like it. It had some stupid defaults, if I remember correctly, that I really disagreed with on a ideological level. And the argument of, oh, you can configure it, doesn't really work if what you start with is already kind of ass. I was gonna tell her about VMRC and Obsidian. Yeah, I know, and that's another, like, thing you first of all have to keep in mind, and second of all, have to go and actually do. This entire list exists because there are a lot of maybe small things, like, okay, none of these tasks are small exactly, but the other day I had something like Discord, change fucking, yep, it's spelled exactly like that, change fucking, actually, Discord, change fucking, right? So basically change some small little detail on Discord in my custom Discord color scheme. It's a small action, but these small actions, they compile, they stack, and adding an extra action that you have to now do in every single Vim-like thing that you ever come across, fuck, that's rough. Configures everything they use for a very specific and esoteric workflow. That's okay, that's true. That is true. That's fair. But like, what's an example I can give? I think I don't use a single default VS Code key binding, which is insane. So that's not an example exactly. Damn, I don't have a point really. But basically, I hate it when my first impression of a program is, I have to change this, you know? Like, sure, I can change it, and I probably will regardless, but if my first thought is, damn, this is annoying, I have to change this, and it's like 5 things immediately, it's just not a good look, you know? That's why I hate console, KDE's default terminal. And I heard a lot of people say, oh, it's actually the best terminal ever. It's so configurable and can do everything. I believe that. However, it has 2 fucking horizontal toolbars at the top the first time you start it. Really fucking, what has it? What has it? Yeah, fucking file edit view tools help on a terminal? Are you shitting me? You know, that's just terrible. Horrifying, even. And when a program makes that bad of an impression, it's not even that I'm not willing to give it a chance, because I might do that eventually, but I will discard it at first, because there are other things that make a better impression. There are things that you start discovering and you're like, oh, this is nice. Oh, this is also cool. Yeah, sure, you configure them as well, but you start with a good note. My console literally only has new tab and split view, and I haven't changed a thing. What do you mean by that? Basically, by 2 vertical bars, I mean this thing, and then another thing. So basically 2 vertical toolbars, like this. That's how it was for me. Okay, but we're talking about consoles, not actually that good. Fuck yeah, this ass, you fucking slap. You know what's up. I'm convinced that your distro just has wacky defaults. I doubt EndeavourOS does anything with it. It probably does exactly nothing, since it's like the ideology of the distro. So maybe, well, hold up, you use Arch. So there are also not some like different defaults. So both of our distros use the defaults. Maybe it's a time thing or something? I guess, well, no. You've been using it for way longer before I saw it for the first time, so I don't know what's happened there. Yeah, basically. Despite my love-hate relationship with Kitty, it's way more love than it is hate. And in Kitty's defense, the hate moments happen because of a thing that I couldn't do in another terminal anyway, you know? I think EndeavourOS has defaults for some KDE stuff unlike Arch. Huh, really? I guess it launches with a wallpaper and I think even a theme. In that case, maybe, who knows? But yeah, even if like console is good, let's make that silly argument. I already had my eyes set on Kitty. I had decided that I was gonna use Kitty back when I was on Windows. I was like, once I'm gonna switch to Linux, I'm going to be using Kitty, and nothing is going to stop me. I'm fucking autistic. Being in a state of indecision is really stressful. I cannot. So coming across the default terminal and being like, what if I try this out maybe? That's just not me. I'm like, I made this decision. I am going straight head first. I am not gonna see anything besides it. And then maybe in the future I try console out. Who knows? Probably not. Right, so that. Yeah, it's, I guess, as simple as its description. You can print a range of lines of a file. At first, I thought that, maybe like in cat you can file 1 txt, stdin file 2 txt, stdin again. I think you can do this in cat. I was like, okay, I'll have to probably re-implement it in that as well. But then I realized, wait, hold up. No, I don't. That is not meant to be a cat replacement that also lets you print a range of lines. It's not made for that. That is just a way to print a range of lines of a file, or stdin. And you can use cat to concatenate files because it already exists and it does exactly that. I do admit the Windows had some nice stuff. Like what? Oh yeah, the Windows terminal actually, like, it's pretty solid, but it doesn't compare with something like Kitty. It had some things here and there which were like pretty cool, but missed a few key features for me that I now very much enjoy in Kitty. Like, for example, the fact that it was a GUI looking. Oh, like, somebody made this point to me that, what do you mean Kitty is not a GUI terminal? I think it was you, Misha. But basically, Kitty tabs look terminally because they're made with just Unicode symbols and nerd fonts. While in something like the Windows terminal, tabs are displayed via a GUI element, and it sticks out like a sore's thumb. I always hated how that looked. And the like command prompt and all that, it feels a bit too modern for a terminal, like for an experience that I want out of a terminal. Gibbs cutting terminal, if I type it together with Windows. Huh. What? Why? That's wild. Honestly, you're struggling so much and you've been here for so long. What's the difference? Hold up. Can manage block. Uh-huh. Can manage blocked words and change chat modes in live. Misha, I think you're a managing moderator. Can review and remove chat messages. For some reason my brain is thinking really slowly. Sure, this. Here you go. You can now type it normally. Oh, you are? Really? Lol. Well, in that case, hold up. I can probably... Wait. Yeah, you are indeed a standard moderator. I wish it would be like, oh, change moderator properties. Hold up. And we do this. Maybe it's a new thing, like the difference between managing moderator and standard. I don't remember it whatsoever. Here you go, basically. And I should change the mod colors to pink. And since it's not something that I can do off stream, I'm actually going to do it right now. I always hated blue. YouTube live chat moderator color. How convenient. I wish fucking Discord, well, I guess Discord does do it this way most of the time, where they have a variable like this, but very often they don't. Incredibly often. I think YouTube hates me and that terminal. Wait, why am I blue? Nabudi dabudai. Same. I also have no clue. Well, I think you can, basically the button that I removed, that says top chat or live chat, I think you can now change it. And if you don't mind, please change it to live chat. Because I removed the ability from myself to be able to do that, but you can because you have default chat, I imagine, rather than what I have. It's really silly, I know. Let's copy this. Boom, boom. Fuck. Boom. And we copy this. We open chat.css, and somewhere in here we have HTML dark. Just pronounce it. Acticy. That's even worse. That's so much worse. Sounding posh when you ain't is much worse than just saying Acticy. And also, there is this meme floating around that French people are bad. I heard this many times. So, like, you can imagine the joke if you want to. I never really got the meme, truthfully. I like fucking smoking too. Type shit, you know? Okay, so it supposedly works here. So we can boop. And it is... Let's go to my colors file. That contains pink. Yeah, this. and we add it here, and we say that it is a shell pink. Oh, I just realized I accidentally went to the start of the stream and I was responding to I see. Pink, boop, and we add it here. And the thing that I do is yr to copy the relative file path, so this, and now I can go to my terminal and say cat boom xcp. I now got the contents of this file. I can actually do this in NeoVim like this, and it is quite a bit faster, but it moves my cursor. And yeah, I could just press Ctrl O, but I don't know, for some reason I don't like it. Boom. We open stylus, YouTube chat, we do this. Oh, and I have to restart the chat. Hey yo? Hey yo? Where the chat at? Pfft, chat fucking disappeared. What if I do this? It should be fine. Like, the stream going or not doesn't depend on this window being here. Yeah, I know. You already told me about it. Boom. Why are you blue still? I guess we'll figure this out. Maybe there's some like important thingy that needs to be said. Yo! YouTube live chat moderator color. I overrode it though. YouTube live chat moderator color. Maybe it needs to be here or something. Maybe it's like only blue if let's go look at this definition. It's probably a smarter idea. Yeah, it's HTML dark. Okay, I should have done that like to start with. Come on now. Oh, and it changes immediately. Wait, since when? Pretty sure I had to restart YouTube chat for changes to take effect in the past. That's nice. Here you go, you're now pink. Pink mods, let's go. All right. Actually, no. Let's do this. Stylus YouTube, pink mods. Boom. Woohoo! Yeah! Fuck yeah! Okay, yeah, I'm super liking it. Like, normal users being one of my favorite colors and mods being the other of my two favorite colors. I guess I don't really have anything else to talk about you here, so, well, let's fucking do the chat thing and change it. So, this input container that contains this thingy, that contains this thingy, essentially something here has a margin, and it will be displayed to us once we get to this element. And here it is. Okay, so, it uses padding? when in reality it means margin. Interesting. So, I just recently learned about this. The difference between padding and margin is that margin is outside of a border and padding is inside of a border. Ah yes, my bank messaging me my login details at random. Very nice and definitely safe. I always hated that. But I guess for a different reason. The fact that I have to fucking look at my phone. I know it's technically safer that way, but I hate it so much. Like, come up with a better safety mechanism that is not me having to use another device. It's like saying, oh, to fucking unprompted? That is insane. That is just crazy. It's like saying, oh, to log in to this website, you have to click this with the mouse. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? That's so, like, cruel. That's so cruel. Okay, so we have paddings on all the sides. It's also not safe at all. Yeah, I've heard that. So, we can remove the padding. I think, though, it won't make sense immediately. No idea what you mean. I already forgot what I was talking about. What did I just say? Oh, yeah. What about, how about this? The user gets to decide how much security they have, and they get explicitly explained how dangerous that is. And if they make a bad decision, that's on them. A skill issue, you might say. Like, I sincerely don't care about the security of my account on some website I needed to use once and they fucking need me to register for some odd fucking reason. I don't care about that. A bank, yeah, that's a different situation for sure. 2FA is better with a dedicated TOTP app or physical key. It's more convenient and safer. It's not just about the user. A bad password of one user can Really? Can it? How? My idea here, so if we start changing the padding immediately, we will be doing that with the context of this wider background still being here. And I actually want to remove it first and then change the padding. Maybe we can make the chat a bit smaller. Can reveal parts of how the hashing algorithm may work. Oh, fuck. You guys are so smart. See, I had no clue. I had 0 clue, -1 clue. Wait, I'm super confused. So this has this div, and this I imagine is padding. Or what's it called? Matter of fact, where is it, Lamau? Basically, it makes a background here, right? This is margin or padding, so it's green, right? Why is it background there still? Kind of confusing. For example, by exposing hashing and salting algorithm say, hold up, you cannot with a straight face say salting algorithm. That is one of the funniest things ever, honestly. That's hilarious. So what if we just remove it? Immediately, much better. Okay, so we grab this, go down, we boom, we do this, and background color, none. Since it has the same strength in terms of the selector, it will just be, Jesus Christ, it will just override because it's the rule that came after this rule. Although it only has impact if there are lots of bad passwords at scale, one can make an account with a bad password to purposefully reverse engineer the hashing and salting algorithms. But you P1, I see. Also, oh, part one. Oh, I see what you mean. I see. Also, the users with the worst account security are the ones producing the most support tickets and who waste the most. Yeah, you're right, but I think we should just be more aggressive towards them. I think if you made a bad password and you make a support ticket, you get shot in the head. You die immediately. Don't waste others' time. Others' times if you made a mistake that was explicitly explained to you, mind you. A very important part of it, of my, I know it's stupid, but my genius idea, it is explained to them. If you make a password this bad, you will get hacked in like a month. And if they saw that, read that, and still accepted, it's their issue. They should die. Yes, that's what drunk Alyssa is like. Wish and murder, I guess. We're currently making chat nicer again, like YouTube chat, because I made a few more changes that I dislike. Need a lot of data to discern something of actual value. Makes sense, yeah. Sometimes you just have to save people from their own stupidity. Do we? I mean, if it affects other users that are not stupid, okay, yeah, fair, like, I agree. But if the consequences are only for them and made by them, maybe not so much. They're not children, they're, like, if it's a skill issue, it's a skill issue. And a skill issue is a skill issue really only when you're not willing to go learn about it more to figure it out, and like basically put in effort, you know. That has been considered, but it's illegal in most countries. I sure hope it has been considered. It was also explicitly explained to you that you should always use 2FA everywhere. And do you? I don't care about, like, most places if I got hacked in them. No, I'm absolutely not hacking. Basically, my point is, if I get hacked on an account that doesn't have 2FA, that's my problem. That's on me fully. It's basically a risk that I'm taking that trades security for convenience. Okay. Right, so we just remove background color here. And would you look at that? Looks quite a bit better already. I do miss, though, how... Oh, wow, shit is slow. Can you, like, activate this window, please? And I click this, and it used to blink a line underneath. No longer does that, which is really sad. It's also the service's problem if your account gets compromised, though. Why? Is this like a PR thing or something? Or objectively, it's somehow bad? 2FA is required by law for banks in certain places, but SMS 2FA should be considered high treason. I mean, yeah, banks make sense. They fucking hold your money. At that point, yeah. It, like, makes incredible sense. So inside of this div, we have another div. Okay. And transparent. Interesting. Here we go. Well, it's the service's problem because they need to help you recover it, and they need to make sure you don't run to the press and tell everyone that they allowed your account to get compromised. See, that's like so annoying about, like, I guess tech. Like, there's this phrase that I love. No matter how user-friendly you make your program, the user will never fail to be more stupid. It goes something like that. And it's just so sad that, like, I agree that everything should be programmed with being as nice and easy to use as possible in mind, with some exceptions like Vim. But at some point, it is the user's fault, and it's kind of sad that it isn't considered that. My name is Alisa, the real one, and my nickname is Axel Fubler, which so far I think no one ever pronounced like correctly. It is a jumble of letters in everyone's defense. Both PR, customer support, reimbursement costs, insurance liability, internal staff performance negative review, at least for banks. In my opinion, every service should require 2FA. No, I disagree. Let me give you a situation. Let's Google how to make cake. I get to a website, this, and then it's like, you have to register to read this. No. First of all, it shouldn't even require me to register, and it shouldn't have this type of window or this type of window. And much less fucking 2FA. Yeah, exactly. Motherfuckers keep calling me sir. I have pronouns in my channel name. Which is outrageous, I'm gonna be honest, but it's like needed, honestly. Like, absolutely not everything. Except Vim. For some places, it's entirely too much. Because I don't want to register them in them to begin with. And they're like, oh, accounts, fucking social media. Share cake on Twitter. I don't care. I really don't care. Now, I'm not saying every site should require registration, but if you can register, it should be forced. Right, but that's not the situation. Okay, I see your point, though. You're trying to argue that in a perfect world where we don't have to register in every place that we use, let's like consider that we can consume and use every social media and every like place without a registration, unless it's like entirely built on you not being anonymous for some reason, like banks, for example, right? In that situation, everything should use 2FA. Then I see your points a bit more. I'm like closer to agreeing with it. Not quite fully 100%, but closer. But that's not the real situation. There are a lot of places that require you to register when you really don't fucking want to. But if you have my email, you should make 2FA available both TOTP, still have no clue what that means, by the way, and physical keys. And if it has any monetary details or personal info, it should force 2FA. I guess. What is TOTP? Is that, hold up, abbreviations, oh, time-based one-time password. Oh, like sending emails with the one-time password or something? Does that count as TOTP? Or is that also garbage? I'm interested. What if we remove the margin? The other thing does not yet move. Oh wait, I didn't remove it. It does. We'll change the margin on this specific element rather than this rule because it seems too inspecific. Wait, no, I'm wrong and stupid. It is specific. I thought there were more commas here, but actually no. You know, Google Authenticator, that and similar programs. Email password, yeah, I'm not surprised. Wait, what does that mean? Like, what's the difference? If it only works for some time, same thing, no? Like, in terms of security. I imagine the difference being time-based is that they regenerate every certain time, and time-limited is that you can only use it for that amount of time, which is the difference. But is that security-wise really that important? Because I always found it annoying more than anything. Often timed too, but being timed isn't the main thing about them, so they are not called TOTP. TOTP uses the current time to make a password with an algorithm. Okay. Damn, imagine I get hacked tomorrow. I'll eat my fucking words when that happens. And that's really cool. Two of my close friends are now mods on my stream. It's kind of cute. And you're also pink, which is even greater. Right, so I can indeed just take this and remove everything up to the comma. Something I recently noticed is that it shows you the active selector if there are multiple via commas via displaying it in white, and the non-active one is in gray. DevTools are actually, like, UX-wise, they're pretty fucking great. I've done kind of a lot of CSS at this point. Maybe a strong word, but I've done some CSS, so I keep finding new things here and there. Everything should use PGP instead. Once again, I have no clue what you mean. The YouTube chat character limit is not enough to explain TOTP. I'm sort of glad, to an extent. You know, it's that situation where I'm not actually interested in the topic, I'm more so interested in you explaining things, you know? Like, that is interesting to me. I don't necessarily care about TOTP specifically, but to answer your question, it is significantly more better than emailed ODPs. Think about GitHub SSH auth. Much better than command line login. I hated it. Why? Why is it bad? Like, outside of security. I'm sure it's like, oh, it's better, blah, blah, blah. Whatever, I don't care. But, like, usability-wise, is it better usability-wise? I've never even tried it. Right, so let's go and first of all, one thing that I have to remember to do is make a comment so I remember what the fuck this is in the future. Background color of chat input box. And the thing is, I have more styles here that, like, I can't be sure they still need to be here, or maybe they need to be different. And because of the update, I would have to remove thing by thing and see what happens and change it up, which is kind of like, BGP is an asymmetrical encryption standard, or close to that. You made me ask more questions. This conversation reminds me I should really buy myself a YubiKey. Is that some sort of USB stick that is like a password? 0, and we dt space again and again and again. Truthfully, we should have done dx space this, and here we go. Okay, and we change the background color, I think. No, we change the margin. Margin 0. Or was it margin left or something of that nature? Margin left. Let's change specifically that to be like the most correct. Margin, or rather, start plus, no, start poll plus button. Boom. A YubiKey is a security key. Yeah, they're basically the best way to secure an account the vast majority of the time. It's like wild because like in my head that is counterintuitive because we're kind of back to being able to steal a password. True, you still need to know the password itself and also steal a physical password, I guess, but it feels weird. I see why it is like good, but it's also like, huh, you know? Although I personally don't think I'll ever buy one. I want for all myself to have a single point of failure. We dropped everything today, went to the woods for 5 years and came back. I should. I'm surprised because you're both mods. You should be able to type infinitely. At least I think this should be the way it works. You should be able to regain access to everything important that is digital. Yeah, that makes sense. YubiKeys are protected with your fingerprint. Ah. Okay, what if they make sure that you're unconscious, maybe you're sleeping, and they take your finger to, like, unlock your thing? Yeah, exactly, I steal your fingers. Or they fucking chop them off and kill you. I think at that point, no fucking security thing will help you. Right? Yeah, if they're gonna kill you, nothing will work. Which security method will ensure that your account is not accessed even though you're being threatened to be killed? Question to you guys. I don't know if they have liveness detection, but I would imagine so. Liveness, lol. Right, okay, so somewhere here, first of all, YT spec text that's text? Interesting. YT spec text primary. Let's copy this so we can change it. Liveness detection is exactly what you think it is the fingerprint reader trying to figure out if the finger is alive or not. That is... Jesus Christ! That is terrifying! I was low-key joking. That's terrifying! Damn! Wild. Wait, where were we? I think it'll work. Boom. We DSF. Clump penguin password. They don't work even if you type them right. Lol. Yeah. Because no liveness, you know. And let's do this, so we immediately check whether that works, and it does not. Wait, Oh, maybe unset or something? Unset? This didn't change, by the way. Depending on the product, the fingerprint reader could be swapped out for another one that always accepts. Why do you both know so much about this? Like, it would be already kind of, if one person knows this, but both of you? It's crazy! Perspect every Android device with a fingerprint reader, much, I imagine, must employ liveness detection, actually. So it's much more common than you think. That's crazy. You don't technically need it, but if the scan doesn't support it, then it can be used for some things like unlocking or confirming purchases, and no one would buy a phone like that. Yeah, then that's why I know about so much about alive or not fingers. I mean, we're both in the same shoes and knowing a lot about strangely specific things, so I get you in that sense, but like, wow. Depending on what you want to do, there are ways to secure that data, even if they're threatening you or torturing you. Fuck, at that point, is the data worth it? Is the data really worth it? Worth a human life? Depends on the life. I'm very morally flexible. If it's like the life of a certain Russian president, then yeah, a fucking half of a grape is worth his life. But if it's like just a normal person, is their life worth the data? Because the killer might end up killing them. Sure, they don't end up like spoiling the password and saving their life, but they get killed. Is it worth it? Veracrypt hidden volumes allow me to introduce myself. Nice. Where were we? Right. Overriding. You know what I hate the most? This button looks like it is currently either hovered or being clicked upon, which is not the case. So this... Hold up now. Jesus Christ, we go up and up and up. Here. And somewhere in here, we overwrote both of that. YouTube spec text primary. Live chat picker button color. A lot of people would die to protect their search history. Okay, yeah, fair. Back to CSS. It bothers me so much that the content of the bottom bar is not vertically centered. Do you mean like this and this? I agree. We're gonna get to it. Hidden volumes have weaknesses, unfortunately. Lol. Okay, so we overrode it, and I don't remember doing this. Color... YouTube spec text... okay, let's just look at all the color. I don't imagine I actually said it myself. It wouldn't be me. There's more space on the bottom. Yeah. I think, at least, like, I'm hoping to a sense that it ended up this way because of my CSS, and they applied new changes, which maybe, quote-unquote, make sense for them. I think they're horrible, still. But don't work as well with my CSS. That's what I'm hoping is the case, because otherwise it's just, like, unspeakable how terrible YouTube chat is. So, YouTube spec text primary. Interesting. Let's try to search for this. Yeah, I don't... That was not overridden by me. Yeah. Would you be up to a Rust? You will win probably. Not gonna lie. I think a 1v1 implies some certain speed. I make things very slowly. Generally. So you'll probably just win. Let's go look at this. So even though I overrode it, YouTube spec text primary, let's actually do it this way. We copy this and add it here so that we can actually, like, what's the difference here? We have just dark, and it is more specific. Okay, so here we are grabbing just dark or just HTML dark, and this is more specific, and that's why it didn't work there, I think. Even if the 1v1 is 30 days long, yeah, to that extent. I shit you not. I'll be like, I'll get to it. See you later. See ya. I'll be like, I'll get to it before I do this and that, and basically I'll end up never getting to it. So yeah. Oh, so you can't, fuck. None. Display indeed none, but background color needs to be unset, interestingly. Okay, let's boom, boom, boom. Where the fuck are we? It's also really funny how slow they update. So the color got changed correctly. Nice. It is slowly coming together. Now we need to figure out where background color is set. So this, if I remember correctly, like this is inactive basically, for one reason or another. Help us with the Terminal Rising Edition. Oh, addiction. Yeah, it's not gonna work for me. I don't think it will. As an addiction that is on a terminal level. That too. I'll still be like, yeah, I could do this, like, cool challenge or whatever. Or I could rise my terminal even more. Ooh, that's a cool color. Wait, I could make it, and so on. I know how I work. YouTube spec additive background. So basically we do a similar thing where we grab this selector before the dot and just remove background color. Bloop. So start poll and button. Hold up, is that the same thing? No. No, it's not. Start poll. I guess I don't need to redo the comment again. Hey, yo, please be faster. I said fucking DJ. Oh my fucking god. You're probably saying, well, I knew him, you wouldn't have this issue. I'm streaming! I am streaming. I'm literally streaming. So, yeah, and I'm on a laptop as well. Yeah, background color is unset. Not exactly sure what's the difference. They might both be pointing to the same elements, but because they're not exactly pointing to specific elements, really, they're just like selectors that may work across multiple things, and that's basically the why. Let's update and make sure we didn't fuck anything up. Alright, it's coming together. Now, what we need to do is remove this element, because you'll find me hard pressed to use this button to select an emoji. I have multiple ways of picking emojis that are global. This seems to be the highest element. Emoji picker button, and I'm hoping it is actually like specific. And it should be. But I will still be more specific with the classes and stuff. Oop. At this point, you should write something to put the chat into a terminal. I honestly want to. I super want to. I would love a terminal-based chat. I looked for it. It's not really a thing, or at least not a thing that is easy to use. Maybe that's a project I'll eventually make. Just have absolutely no clue how to do it. I have negative clue. This is how much I have. Kind of self-explanatory. Emoji picker button, so there's no comment to be made there. Boop boop. And now it's gone. Okay, and at this point, what we do is configure the margins. The kind of nice thing about this update, this chat update, is the fact that now I can start polls with my, let me guess, 3 viewers. Sometimes even if there are like 1 or 2 people in chat, there are quite a few lurking, which I end up figuring out only after I finish stream, which is really good for my mental health. Like any starting streamers out here, you might think, oh, like viewers, I'm not gonna like go crazy about it. You would be surprised just how much of an effect it can actually do, knowing how much viewers you currently have. You might know this one already, but here's a cool piece of software script, XDG Ninja. I'll check it out. So we copy this. Oops, not here. Boom. Damn, for some reason today streaming is exceptionally hard for my computer. For some reason. It's not usually that hard. And basically here we will redefine padding. You mean, yeah, you already said that. Let me add it. XDG Ninja. Can you like do a hook? Basically, what is that? What is that for? All right. First of all, let's just remove all padding and see how that looks. Because there's by default more padding, not less. That's crazy. Bullies you for incorrect XDG settings and helps you clean up the home. Cool, I guess. I don't even know how an XDG setting can be incorrect. 0? Truthfully, I would move it even more. But it's like, okay. 0? That is a bit too small. That's what she said. And it ends up being smaller. That's great. And 3, remove to 2. And to... Jesus, why are you so slow? Easier to fucking type out. Okay. Yeah, kinda. That's kinda the idea. Fine. Boom. That's a funny sound. A bit of ASMR for you. Is this relaxing? I don't know. Okay. Boom, and let's count the lines. 54. I guess it is. I never really touched this place. I low-key expect the home directory to contain a lot of bullshit. Alright, so we start with having 0. You can probably tell that that is like a bit like too little. First of all, what at worst it should never go over 20 items. Who made that rule? Who? It's the same thing as somebody like, I don't know, crediting me, like fucking Axel Fubler said that, oh, console is terrible, and therefore that is like a rule. No, it's stupid. It's so like based on nothing. It's ridiculous. Why? Like, yeah, I know, by the way. I am aware I am talking out of ignorance, but it's just kind of super weird. It's just a random rule, which is, I forget the word, but basically that comes out of feeling rather than objectivity. The word that I'm forgetting can be described as that. And like, I don't think it actually objectively matters. So what happens if we 5 pixels? Important. Okay, as just a test that I wanted to make to check whether I needed to insert important when I just use padding. I don't think I'm going to be using padding left and so on. Separately, I'm just going to specify them, you know? Desktop downloads, documents, pictures, music, videos, templates, public, .config, .local, .ssh, and maybe a few more legacy things. I sincerely don't care. Like, the home directory is a place that I expect to be trashed about by a bunch of programs. And thankfully, autism doesn't spike there, where I would be like, fuck no, I have to fix this. Thankfully, I don't care. and I'm not going to like get anything for caring, so I'm not going to start. Having a messy home IRL impacts your state of being and makes you more messy inside and outside. No, it doesn't. It's a directory that you never really visit. I agree with the IRL home, that is correct, clean your room type of stuff, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is how clean the directories that you actually visit often, how clean those are. I don't visit home, really. At best, I go there to have a, I guess, quieter shell prompt. That's kind of it. Yeah. So I already grabbed this rule. So basically, now what we just do is make stuff look nice. I have a feeling as if this used to have some rounding. Am I crazy about it? I might be. So padding bottom should be 1 pixel, maybe 2 even. This looks strangely more centered. What do you think about it? 2 pixels on the bottom. Let's start with 3 pixels on the right. How does this look? Home should be cozy with a fireplace and given light rain at all. Oh, I love that. I wish I could like heart specific messages or something. What can I do with a message? I can go to your chat. What? Oh, I can pin message. I can report, remove, put user in timeout, hide user. I can pin. Well, we found another place that I should change the CSS in. Well, I just really hate blue. I despise blue. Alright. Consider your message pinned. I just don't like how pins look. So, this technically has no padding. 0. Truthfully, I would move it a bit more to the left, but it's super fine. I think we add an extra pixel. Whoops, an extra pixel of padding here. Nope, not 8, but 4 instead. I have to be so precise here. It's crazy. Like, where is 4? Literally, where is 4? Shit is insane. 4, and this seems about right. Holy carp. That is very blue. Blue in French is similarly pronounced to bleu. Common French W? What the fuck? They know what's up. Fuck blue. All my homies hate blue. Alright, I finished the beer. I think we should add a bit more padding, both on the bottom and top. You will probably agree when you see this that it looks a bit too compressed. So let's add, let's say 2 pixels. Let's start with 2 pixels and we add extra 2 pixels here. This looks a lot more natural. Let's change this to 3 pixels. Uncommon French W. Can someone explain the meme about hating French people? I don't get it. Usually, once I see a meme in enough different contexts, I eventually get it. I still don't get why it's cool to hate French people. I had a friend who's French. He was great. So, I don't know. I was legally required to make that specification about the quality of the French's take because I'm Italian. That's what you do. Okay, fair enough. Like, if you don't, it's treason and you go to prison, so I guess you have to. How does the padding look for you? Am I crazy or is the chat text? No, I am crazy. Like it's not aligned with the plus button, you know? I guess okay is not really what I'm striving towards. What if we make, crazy idea, less padding on the top? That somehow works better. By all accounts, I think it's technically less aligned now. It's a bit more obvious with the plus button. But I think it makes more sense. How do you feel about this difference? Okay. So 1440. We do padding. Thank you. 1440. I like it. Great. It's funny just how much it takes for my computer to render resizing these windows. But I think it will be a fair thing to do, to go here and then like a billion layers up. Maybe even more. Maybe even more. Right. ID, right, interesting. So picker buttons. This thing. Let's click on it to see. Right, we set margin left for it to be 0. Let's set margin top for it to be 1 pixels. Nothing changed, I think. Let's try to change it a bit more dramatically. Ah, that's what happens. Interesting. It affects... Okay, so we need to go deeper. Yes, this. Oh my god. Padding 6 pixels. Am I crazy? Or it's not actually centered within it. How's work going, by the way? Searching. I don't know if I've told you that I no longer work where I used to work. Yeah, I think... Huh. So top and left are fine, while right and bottom are less so, which is really weird. I guess I didn't tell you, huh? Okay, let's change the padding. And okay, I guess this is another thing that we need to change. Jesus Christ, wow. What's up, computer? Are you okay, baby? What the fuck? Boom. Boom. First of all, let's make a comment here. I'm not sure why my computer is struggling so much. It's not like I have some difficult process that I usually don't. Bottom bar that includes input box among other things. Yes, I did just casually insert a character by its Unicode. What about it? I don't have a difficult process open. Yeah, that's a funny sentence. It's fine. Yeah, and it's the only VS Code window that I have open. As in, like, more processes than usual, you know? So, what is this? Positioning of the start poll button. Do you know the entirety of the Unicode space by, well, no, not to that extent. But let me try to remember. I think 200 and, oops, what is that? 240, I think is, no, I was wrong. I was completely just wrong. Is it 200? No. Trying to remember zero width joiner. I used to remember it, but now I don't. I know that variation selector 16, which makes emojis orange, is phi off. It's not visible, but it's not supposed to be. I know this is the skull emoji. This is the crying emoji. 1F63C is this emoji. Yeah. 204. Might be that. 204. Seems that way. I'll need to go and learn it again. What else do I remember? 1F440 is eyes. This is a bit more easy. This is M dash. And N dash is probably 213 or something. Or 2013. What else do I remember? Oh yeah, 1F60E is this. 1F609 is the wink emoji. Wait, what? Did I... 1F609. Here we go. Yeah, so basically, since you can press Ctrl-Shift-U on KDE to insert a character by its Unicode, or alternatively, you can do this for a similar effect. Or alternatively, you can do this for a similar effect. I decided to memorize the Unicodes of the emojis and other symbols that I want to be able to use anywhere. Which is why I removed that emoji thing, because I don't need it. I super don't need it. Jesus Christ. So now we basically add the padding. I think I only know 200U and 48 to 58U. Would those be like letters or something? 0 with joiner and 0 through 9. Ah, okay, I see. I don't know, something about memorizing Unicodes feels so cool to me. Padding, right. Let's change it to be 4 pixels, for example. And nothing changes, interestingly. Please enable. And why is it disabled? Why is it disabled? It's striked out, as if it is commented out, which shouldn't be the case. Ah, even though it's striked out, oh, I was just thinking that slowly. Oh, my bad. Padding, right, 4 pixels. It is ignored because padding is already specified, I imagine. I also know some hex codes, black, white. I mean, you are correct. Yeah, I also started memorizing hex codes of my favorite colors, which is why I know that FFA FD7 is my favorite color, pink, so this one. And FFD75F is the yellow color, which is this one. Should be green. I mean, honestly, like, even this level of understanding is already, like, actually helpful. It only came to me kind of recently that, oh, right, I can kind of, like, understand this by seeing the characters rather than being, like, mystery stuff. Mystery hex codes that mean nothing. They actually do. They do mean red, green, and blue. And that is very convenient. What colors, aside from those, do I remember? OOD7FF is shell cyan, which is this color. Oh wow, even Grommet is struggling. That's crazy. Yeah, so start memorizing colors as well. The ones that I use the most often, at least. What's your favorite color? Oh, yeah, that's literally how I say it. I've said it at least 3 times. Literally. And I think it's super cool. Okay, so basically, am I fine with the top? Well, the left padding doesn't matter. What I would be worried about is these ones and maybe the top one. I would move it a bit more to the down. So I need to change the everything actually. So 6 pixels is the top one. That one is, let's say it's fine. The right one, let's say 5 pixels. Then bottom one is also 5 pixels and 6 pixels. Let's change this one to be 4. Yeah. Is it aligned with chat? Not exactly. I'll copy this. But it is in the correct position. Bottom bar, yeah. So this start at the top, which is 1 pixel. Right bottom, top right bottom is 4 pixels. What if we change 4 to 3? Height 0. Incredible idea just popped into my mind. TUI shell. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Currently changing some CSS for the YouTube chat because there is a new update. And a few of these changes I can't exactly do without also streaming. I elaborated this on some stream ago, that I don't really want to be actually doing things on stream anymore, but rather show things off. The commands are always typed at the bottom like for NeoVim, but the result appears in the infinitely scrolling part of the terminal as normal. Oh. Okay, that's a cooler idea than I initially thought. I see why I did that the first time. It's because now chat looks like as if it has a big forehead. Do you get what I'm saying? Even if this and this are the same, or maybe this is even bigger, it should be, it's supposed to be. It looks like chat has a big forehead on the top, which is why I did it that way. Let's undo and see the difference. Your message got blocked? Huh. YouTube is super weird like that. Oh, because I don't actually specify anything here. Let's GCC and GCC here to make sure it's like all fine and dandy. If I make it look any more like a link, it gets deleted. Oh, I see. Yeah. Honestly, YouTube just blocks, I feel like, random messages for no reason. And I don't have a way to disable it. The best way I have is just making people mods. Which is like, I shouldn't be too trigger happy with that, you know? By the way, looks perfect right now. Looks literally perfect. This is not aligned though. So, the top one, so 6 pixels, should be made less. Yeah, this. This. So 5 is the top, 5 is the right, 4 is bottom, 6 is left. What if we remove the 6? Huh. It interestingly moves it to the left. Letteram cat 9. Huh, cat 9 isn't a TUI shell, but it is really inspiring. It's an interesting name for sure. It's like they remade cat 8 times and only got it on the 9th one. If someone made a TUI shell, that's what I would wanted to be able to do. That's epic. Right, so it moves it to the left, which is not actually what I want. Right? Like, am I correct about it? Yeah. Yeah, it moves it to the left. And I think this is the positioning that I want for it. Yeah, they messed up the first 8 times with YouTube immutable file system. They had to abandon the the first 8 ones. Nice burn, lol. Technically, this is less than this. So what if we change this to say 5? Not quite enough yet. We change it to 4. Can you see now why I would usually do this off stream? It's not, I don't think it's very fun to watch. But these sort of super specific details, which are barely visible, are actually very important to me. I always hate when I have to interact with CSS. I would say same, but at the same time I do it surprisingly often. I made my own custom fucking Discord color scheme. Have a look, I'm actually quite proud of it. Uses FFD75F, yellow, as the accent color, and orange, which I do not yet remember, the hex code off as in on hover thing, and uses 29, 28, 28 as the background color. This one is an HASL, so I don't remember it either. Terminal is so much nicer. Everything just snaps in the nearest letter, so you never have to worry about things being 1 pixel off. It's true, but the terminal has its other issues, which I talked about on some recent stream, with fish shell not being able to wrap by default, like wrap the shell prompt. May not be thrilling to watch, but it's fun talking to you. Aww. It looks like a Groovebox mode. Yeah, it's like the idea stems from that exactly, but instead of the Groovebox other colors like yellow or red, for example, it uses my shell theme, like I like to call it. Let's go to something like dot files. It's the colors that I use in my shell prompt, so it's like a nice combination. I think I showed it off also on a stream. It's probably called something like Discord color scheme blah blah blah. Honestly, it wouldn't be too surprising if I called it exactly that. So let's go and have a look. We have about this, and we have, this is actually smaller, I think. So we actually increase it by 1 to 5, if we can do this. From 4 to fucking 8. And now it feels smaller. Isn't that crazy? No, not 1, 4. If I were doing the CSS here, I would just delete the and be I would usually do this as well, because it is annoying, obviously, but I can engage with my audience and start a poll, which isn't very useful if I have, like, let's say 3 people in my chat, but fucking who knows, maybe. I think this is wait, 1? I was gonna say that is okay. That's crazy. Oh, because it is 4 and I was thinking this entire time. Okay. Wow, engagement, I know, right? Yeah, so it is 4, like I thought, and I think this is what it needs to be. So let me copy this and boom. Yo. Kind of expected it to do this. Padding. Oh, this needs to be a comment. I'm sorry. And we boom, boom. And then we can do this, this. And those are all the changes I wanted to make. What is happening? No, I did not mean to close fucking Discord. My mouse was here, for fuck's sake. Okay. Moment of truth. We restore chat and we... Oh, Jesus Christ. Wow, default chat looks terrible. Yes, yes, it applied. You might now say, well, how could you tell? If it was like a pixel off, I feel like I would tell, which is ridiculous. Example.com. You're a mod now, so you can just send links normally, by the way. It would be more engaging if I were allowed to send a link without getting censored. I agree. And so there's this section. Wait. It feels kind of faster. Was it all DevTools? Might be the case. Right, so there's this section of blocked words that you can set as a streamer or YouTuber. It only has 3 words: bro, sir, and man. It doesn't have like, oh, block links. I looked through it, there's not like, let my viewers send goddamn anything they want. I want to turn that on, but it's just not a thing. It's weird that they don't let the streamer decide. I've used the window manager before that switches the focus on every mouse move. Yeah, same, that's what I do. You would move the mouse a pixel and it would fix the focus. I wish more window managers did it. Yeah, Kitty also has this option, and it was supposed to work there, but I guess my processor couldn't handle it or something. Or maybe it was actually my mistake and a skill issue. So let me do this, and we move these out to a new window, which we then see, like, it changed the focus like this, and we move it here. Mine only switches focus on mouse enter. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by mouse enter? Like mouse enters the window? Isn't this the same thing? If you tap to a different window but then move the mouse 1 pixel, does it switch the focus back? No. Oh shit! I did not know about this somehow. I actually don't prefer this. I would rather it to change it here. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Oh wow. Or does it move the mouse when you alt tab to a different window? I disabled alt tab, by the way. Huh. That's kind of whack. I suggested my bro to watch this stream, but he said he's too much of a man to watch a woman, and went back to reading Sir Lancelot X King Arthur fanfic. Lol. Huh. The more you know, I guess. I do remember that this whole entire thing used to be smaller. That is something specific that I am now recognizing. But making this smaller sounds like a, oh my god type of idea. That's the kind of gold you lose by blocking words, SMH. I mean, I'll take those chances, let's say that. Because like 99% of the time, bro is used as, bro, I love your channel. Don't call me bro then! I have my fucking bro notes in the name of the channel. Which is once again, outrageous! But people supposedly can't read. So, yeah. I low-key can't make it smaller, interestingly, because this is top. Wait, top left down. Oh, I absolutely can. Change this to 3. Time to open my internet browser, but with the W replaced with a space. That's funny. I don't think it applied the change actually. Did it? Oh, it did. It's just so small that it's not that noticeable. Is that font Ubuntu? Yep, it absolutely is. It got recommended to me by Misha, and I've been loving this font ever since. I use it as my system font. You can see it here, for example. And yeah, I changed it in the chat as well. I don't know why, but it feels very Ubuntu to me, because you're correct. You're just super correct. Why is my scrolling that doesn't work? Here we go. Was it because of the thing? There is a different setting on KDE that maybe fixes this behavior, because I actually don't prefer it. I want focus, like if I move my mouse, the focus should update, is what I prefer. Yeah, so now chat is basically as small as it can get without getting into another like hour of editing CSS, and I think I'm fine with it. Yeah. Yeah, it checks out. This technically shouldn't be here, but like, whatever. At least it's the correct color. And also, once I have text in here, it has a forehead, but not on the bottom. Let's change this to 2. I'll never fucking stop. I'll never fucking stop. God damn it. Oh yeah, this is legit just better. Hold up. So we have A here, right? We have a couple of A's. Am I crazy, or is chat a bit higher? Actually, let's do it this way. Let's zoom in. Here's where the chat starts. Okay, thankfully I am crazy. Thank God. Thank God I'm crazy. There's only one window manager that does that, and it's a weird obscure one called Instant OS or Instantus, and I don't really recommend it. Maybe that is an option on KDE, I just haven't really checked because I didn't know the difference. I've never used like on mouse hover focus before, so their terms were kind of ununderstandable to me. Maybe they will be now. Yeah, I think I'm fine with these margins at the end of the day. Okay, so ZMY, fix chat input box margins. If maybe, who knows, maybe you're also interested in making the YouTube chat better, you can grab my changes. Let's YR GGL F this to XCP. Here you go. And same, but LF. And here you go. The difference between two links is that the first one may not exist at the time of you watching the VOD watcher, and the second link is the like how it all is currently, which might not work in the future. Pick your poison. when you tap between windows, it also moves the mouse. Oh, so that the mouse and focus windows are always exactly the same. I don't like that behavior either, you know? I don't actually want going through windows to move my mouse. Oh, both Hyperland and Komorebi allow focus follows mouse and mouse follows focus. Ah, huh. Cool. Right, remembered. I talked about my Discord color scheme, but I didn't actually give it to you. Discord YR, let's GGLF, same thing here. My Discord color scheme and my Discord color scheme. If you want it, you would use something like Stylus if you use Discord in the browser, or you would use something like Vencord if you use the app to insert the CSS to make it look like this if you're interested. Do expect some like missed changes of colors here and there. But if this looks good to you, here you go. Alright, did you know that I have a Mastodon? It's in the description. Subscribe, it's like Twitter but much better and not owned by a complete fucking idiot.